Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how I repaired a large patch of veneer, removed dark stains from the top of the dresser, and did a bleached wood look with paint. Stay tuned for the final results. I'm starting off by cleaning the piece with simple green to remove the dirt and gunk on the dresser, and then after the simple green I rinse everything with water. When I got this dresser, some of the veneer on the side was starting to come off, and so I decided just to peel it all off instead of glue it down. I'm using a little metal scraper to get behind the veneer and pry it off. Large chunks of the veneer were starting to come off, which made me kind of panic and think, oh no, what have I done? But I told myself to trust the process and peel off any more loose veneer. And this is what it ended up looking like. Now I'm covering the area with painter's tape, and then I'm going to outline the shape with pencil so I can use that as a stencil to cut a piece of hardboard to fill in this area. I used hardboard because I had it on hand already and it was the exact thickness that I needed. I took the tape template off and put it on my piece of hardboard and then cut as close to the shape as possible with my circular saw since I don't have a jigsaw. Before I attached the piece of hardboard, I put some wood glue behind a loose piece, and then I put wood glue on the hardboard and put it in place. I used my brad nailer to add some nails around the edge. The decorative trim piece on the front was already coming off, so I used a small pry bar to take it off completely. Some of the drawers also needed repair, so I just added some wood glue to those areas and clamped it to dry. I wanted to go for a bleached wood look on the top of the dresser and the drawer fronts. The top is veneer, so I decided to use citrus strip instead of risking sanding through the veneer, since this was my first time working with veneer. I applied a thick coat of citrus strip and used a chip brush to spread it all around the top. I let it sit for about 30 minutes before scraping it off with a plastic scraper. I went ahead and applied a second coat to the top of the dresser and the drawer fronts and let that sit for another 30 minutes. I scraped the second coat of stripper off and wiped everything down with steel wool and mineral spirits, and this is how it was looking. You can still see patches of the original finish on there. To remove the rest of the original finish, I went in with 120 grit sandpaper until I got pretty much everything on the surface removed. Now on the top you can really see the extent of the scratches and dark marks, but I decided to go ahead and try the paint wash anyways and see how it looked. I went in with 200 grit sandpaper to smooth everything out. I'm using wood filler to fill the hardware holes since I won't be using the original hardware. For the gaps near the patch on the side of the dresser, I use Bondo since it's much stronger than wood filler and dries quickly. I'm trying to get it on as evenly as I can, so sanding is easier later. Here's how it looked right after I put it on. To get the rest of the finish off the drawers, I'm using 120 grit sandpaper wrapped around a sanding sponge. I switched to wrapping the sandpaper around an old gift card. It worked a lot better on the edges and the grooves for me. After probably an hour of sanding all the drawers, I finally got them in a pretty good place for paint washing. By then the Bondo was dry, so I sanded that smooth with 120 grit sandpaper. You can see there are a few areas that had bubbles where they need to be filled in again. For these small spots, I used wood filler instead of mixing up more Bondo. While the wood filler dried, I wiped down the piece with water to get rid of the sanding dust. I wasn't sure if this was all dust or if the original finish was bleeding. Just to be safe, I sprayed the sides with Ben shellac-based primer to prevent any bleed through. Before I did the paint wash, I sprayed the top with water to help it apply more evenly. For the paint wash, I mixed 1 part white chalk paint and 1 part water and brushed that all over the top with a chip brush. I used a paper towel to wipe everything away. Here's how it was looking. The dark stains and scratches are still very prominent. I had seen some videos about using oxalic acid to remove dark stains in wood, but I didn't really want to go out and buy some. After thinking about what I could use to lighten the stain, I thought about Barkeeper's Friend, which has oxalic acid in it. It says you're not supposed to use it on wood, but I thought, what have I got to lose? I got this dresser for free, and I could paint over it if I really needed to later. You can use the liquid one like I'm using here, or use the powdered form and apply water on top to make a paste, and let it sit for about 15 minutes before rinsing it off with water. Here's how it looked right after I rinsed it off. You can still see the stains, which was disappointing, but I decided to let it dry, and you'll see later in the video that it actually worked like a charm, so you just have to trust the process. While the top was drying, I went ahead and applied the same sage green one-step paint that I used in my last video. You can't really even see where I patched the veneer unless you look closely. I moved on to doing the paint wash on the drawers and the top again the same way I did before. This is how it looked the next day. I was really impressed that the dark stains on the top were gone. I applied a water-based top coat on the drawers and top to seal everything in. I put Howard's feed and wax on the drawer slides to make the drawers slide better. I also put it on the insides of the drawers to refresh them and make them smell good. And with that, it's time for the final review. I think the sage green paint really complements the whitewashed wood, and the drawer pulls really tie it all together to give it a boho look. I can't get over how good the top looks now, considering how bad it was before. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.